Oh yeah, that's as live as we need it to be. That's
feel like
all the liveness in one place.
I feel like you just turned into the Kool-Aid man.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. On that note, Taya, I want to hear about molasses enemas. Well, I don't actually, but considering I would just want it on the internet. That's all. This is apparently this is a Midwest thing, folks.
It is a medical thing, okay? So there is such a thing as, hey, first of all, you're flaming me, but the conversation that led up to the molasses enema was like way worse than me saying like, hey, molasses enema is a thing.
It was pretty kinky for sure.
It is a thing. And I'm just here to tell you that I have tried literally everything else on some patients, and it has only been with the molasses enema that things finally get moving. So
have you tried Nutella?
I have not. No.
How about crunchy peanut butter?
Crunchy peanut butter?
It's on the list.
Yeah, but you got to warm it up first if you want it to.
Exactly. Yeah. Get everything slippery, you know?
Do you think the name Molasses Enema is taken on OnlyFans, or you can go grab that real quick?
It might already be taken.
It has a nice ring to it, really.
Molasses
it sure does.
Coming to the stage. Molasses Enema.
Listen, there's so many kinks out there. I'm sure somebody would be all about that. Sadly, I think this might already be stolen, Josh, to be perfectly honest.
Patent pending. You heard it here, internet. Stay away from that. It's recorded, so.
If I didn't know those words, I would think that was like a fantasy novel name, because it sounds pretty good.
Or another character.
Yes, my next character.
There we go.
Twilight Cleric, Molasses Enema.
But just change it, you're making so this is a free one actually now out there. You're making like an elf or a dragonborn, change the spelling around, and then when it says it's molasses.
There's so many things you can.
And Emma.
There's so many things you can sneak into a fantasy spelled name, man.
I've had some unintentionally hilarious ones, especially when you're generating, because I end up generating a lot of names. I have to be careful. I'm like, no, who's gonna who's gonna compare this to some sort of genital related word?
It's funny you should say that, because when I made a D&D world, I had a player who is just notorious for it's a she saying D's nuts jokes. And so where her character is from, I named the city Paradise, like the nut. And then I named the gulf that was around it Desi, spelled D-E-S-E. And it was a very elaborate D's nuts joke. And it took them a while, but they got it eventually. And I was like, I put that in there for you.
You're playing with the right people.
Yeah.
More like cheese nuts, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Stay down.
So while we're doing a little bit of bullshitting, I want to just go ahead and say, if you're out there and you're thinking, geez, should I watch the entirety of She-Ra, the Princess of Power new series? I'm going to tell you right now, you should. That's a thing. Finish it up. Go through. The payoff is everything you could hope for. It ends in a very satisfying way. So big fan. Not going to spoil it, but I just watched it tonight with my daughter, and tell you what, it pulls at your heartstrings. I didn't cry, but I was feeling it.
The next 7 minutes is just going to be Jason rehashing every single plot point from She-Ra. So be warned.
Yeah, it's a lot of it, right? Spoilers ahead. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna ruin it, but. Definitely worth it.
Were there any flesh rooms in She-Ra?
No flesh rooms. That is saved for mid-tier. No, we're gonna say upper mid-tier actual play shows on the internet.
There you go. For flesh rooms and flesh hallways, come to Heroes Die.
Come see us. Yeah, we're the show that gets it done.
We bring you what you want.
All the flesh rooms you could ever want.
And flesh corridors.
Really what we're begging for?
Yeah, well, it's what our audience has come to expect from this show.
I
You
think
know,
I
we
have
have
the
a certain
perfect
aesthetic.
amount of flesh rooms in my home. Like right now, the amount I have, I wouldn't change that number for anything.
Yeah.
I'm with you. 0. I like the 0 number.
You know, you just and Mike, you're muted, I think. But you know,
I
if
just
you've
said I had
got
a flesh vestibule.
Oh, Mike, why?
I know.
God damn it! Take inspiration if you don't have it. That was beautiful. That was. I know we're not even playing yet, but you know, come on. What are you gonna do, folks?
I'll take it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Crazy times. Crazy times. Anybody? Anybody got anything exciting going on?
I just did an album cover for somebody.
Ooh.
An album cover?
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
And I decided to go a watercolor it.
Ooh.
And so big watercolor.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's
That looks so cool.
Mike,
That is a good album
amazing.
cover.
And then I initially did like a stark version of the exact same thing, you know, but they're like, oh no, we want it color. So I'm like, okay, daytime, same place.
Okay, they're both amazing, but like the Stark one is by far my favorite. That was
That's the
I like
album
that
I
one
would
too.
buy. If they were next to
exactly.
each other, I'm reaching for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. They're both
And
great though.
I went out and got this ink that's like you can't see any of the brush strokes or anything. It's just one color. Love it so much.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
It's
That's
my new
really,
favorite
really
thing.
cool.
Incredible. Wow.
Okay, yeah, watercolor, man, I love it now. I'm just like, yes, bring it to me. I'm researching all these crazy watercolor artists. John J. Muth. Definitely check that guy out.
I was looking at like watercolor style tattoos. I think they're really neat.
Oh yeah,
They're really neat. I think you got to find an artist that's really on it, but it's cool. But that's a neat one. That could be like a Bon Iver like album cover. You know, somebody wrote that album while they were sitting in the cabin in the woods all winter. You know.
yeah. Well, that's it. Like I take a high res photo of it and I put it in Photoshop and I boost colors and then I put text on it. I can do the text, but then I could place it and change the size and stuff. So it looks completely different when I'm done with it. But that's the first step. You know, you do like some backdrop.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice. Well, all right, folks, we ready to get to this? Y'all ready to see what happens? Episode 53? Yeah?
think so.
Did I get that right?
Oh,
Ooh,
I don't
shit.
have my
Episode
notes
53.
up. Let's go with that.
Uh-oh.
I'm slacking.
All right. Okay, folks. Hello and welcome. You've just witnessed a few minutes of the Heroes Die Show cast and crew together bullshitting as we wait to start this episode. But that fun, relaxed period of peace and harmony is over, and now we get into the almost literally but truly figuratively life and death struggle that is episode 53. Welcome to the show. I am your game master. I'm Jason. It's nice to meet you. And it's my job to create the, let's just say interesting, challenging scenarios and scenes that our wonderful cast and crew gets to go through. And I'm joined by said folks, and we're going to do introductions in this order. Josh, Paula, Mike, and Taya. And go.
Hello. I don't know that I've ever been first before, but I'm Josh and I'll be playing Zagrin. And I want to tell you that we not only like playing games, we like making games, and we like making games that you want to play at your table. And you can find all of our creations over at patreon.com/Heroes Die Show. We make stuff that you can play for 5e. If you want to play a more relaxed one shot, we have modules. We have all sorts of different games. Some are for more crunchy, serious games, and other ones are just, hey, me and my friends want want to have a couple drinks and play a game of Letterkenny the RPG, we got that for you there. So go to patreon.com/heroesdieshow, and you can find a lot of cool stuff that you can play at your table, made by your favorite people that you like to watch at their table. That's cool.
That is cool. I think I'm next. My name is Paula, and I play Kit on the Best Left Buried series. And it's my job to tell you about our internet accounts, internet presence stuff that we put on the internet and where to find it. We're on all the social media platforms, I think, that exist. We are on Twitter/X, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on the YouTubes, and all of them have the same handle, so it's very easy to remember. We are at @Heroes Die Show. I forgot it for a sec. Wow, so easy to remember. @Heroes Die Show. And yeah, we would love it if you gave us a follow. You can find DM tips, you can find funny videos from our sessions, keep up to date with what we're doing, and yeah, maybe you can remember it better than me.
Yeah. And if you want to extra support us, like really go crazy with support, you can go down to Big Cartel and pick up some solid merch. You know, none of this zeros and ones, none of these, you know, NFTs. You get an actual solid Heroes Die mug that you could hold with your hand and boost your charisma with it.
Now,
hey, Josh got one too. Nice.
I think at this point, like, none of the merch can have a 1 or a 0 in the cost now
and
because of this,
don't.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Big Cartel, come on down and help us out. Tay, you got something to say?
I got something to say. Yes, I'm Taya. I've played Elspeth Pike for this entire campaign so far, all 53 now episodes. I'm here to tell you to come down and join our Discord page. We'd love to have you. There's so many things that you don't want to miss out on. There's a DM tips channel. I'm messing everything up.
Also chips. You can get chips there.
I mean, now we might be locked into the chips. People are expecting chips, but I'll leave that up to you, Jason, to figure out how to get that to people. There's that. You don't want to miss out on that. A lot of great people talk about a lot of great subjects on there. If they're struggling with their game, they just need a little bit of help. So if you're struggling with your game or you want a little bit of advice, it's a great place to go. And then there's a Between the Scenes channel. Don't miss out on that. Things that don't come up in the show, but we reference, are on there. And then, sadly, a little bit of a personal announcement is that tonight is my last night on the show. I've had some really good changes in life, but they are consuming all of my time. So I'm stepping away to free up a little bit of that time just for life's responsibilities. So I've absolutely loved being at this table. Crew is amazing, and I'm going to watch on the flip side, and I'll be there in the audience with you guys, typing away. So exciting, but also very sad and bittersweet. So I'll try to hold it together.
And I'll be playing Taya for the rest of the time.
You're not playing Essie, you're just playing Taya?
I'm playing Taya.
Okay.
He's got a lot of rage. He's got a lot of rage.
This is why you read your agreements, people. We own you now.
We own you.
There's a wig now in Big Cartel? It's a blonde wig.
That's it, yeah.
All right.
We're all Taya.
That's a scary world.
Thanks for giving away our marketing campaign. That was,
my apologies. Oops.
But all right, with that, we're going to send you away to the intro, and we'll be back with the show.
Ah, old friend, you're here again. So glad you could stop by. Come, sit a while, and let's begin the tale of Heroes Die. In distant lands are stories made with villains most despised. A tale of magic, strength, and blade, of camaraderie and lies. It's one I know quite well, you see. Perhaps you'll find out why. The legends and the histories remember. Heroes die.
And with that, we're back. The action is resumed. So let's talk a little bit about where we're at and what's going on. So our heroes have ventured deep under the ice, deep under the ice into the lost city of Aor. And I understand why those of you that are chuckling, and I appreciate it. Deep under the ice into the lost city of Aor, you have found your way through all sorts of interesting circumstances, but most recently, you've met some kind of guardian spirit for this weapons facility that you're in, this fell armory. And the guardian spirit asked you all, while surrounded by like a lot of spiders, a lot of spiders, um, she asked you to find your way to this cloning facility and to clear it out so that her children could have an endless supply of meat. And you've certainly found plenty of meat here. There seems to be all sorts of strange creatures and things growing, and lots of puddles of flesh, lots of cloning uh tubes. There we go. That's the word. Lots of cloning tubes within this facility, some of them seeming to periodically eject human bodies, or humanoid bodies anyway, and lots of weird flesh creatures. As you've moved deeper into the facility, it's gotten weirder, frankly. And finally, you find yourself now in this large dome chamber. Inside here, there are, like, basically in this room, the floor everywhere is covered in a layer of flesh. There are things pulsing. There are more of those cloning tubes lining the walls in here. There are a couple balconies at the front and the back. A couple balconies at the front and the back with stairs leading up and down to them. And there are 4 large pillars. In the center of the 4 large pillars, there is a high dome ceiling, and within that dome ceiling, you can see something pulsing and moving. And actually, we need a little bit of music. If we're gonna start this out. What am I even thinking?
Jason just gets like this pure appreciation when he gets to say things like this pulsing, and it's just
yeah, it's off-putting, but somehow I enjoy it, right? I don't know that I would want to play this game, but I really enjoy running this game. Like, I would be like, no, this is I'd have noped out like 5 situations ago. But y'all keep going, and it's one of the reasons I respect and appreciate you all. So as you're seeing this mound on the ceiling begins to swell and move, and you see eyes, you see mouths, you see different shapes, and almost like it's in a constant state of flux. And as y'all come further into the chamber, you see a bunch of tentacles kind of grow out of this and writhe together and grow back in, as if they're constantly changing. Like this thing itself is in a state of primordial flux. And as you're looking around and taking in the scene, you hear a voice in your minds. You hear a voice in your minds, to each of you, and you can, or actually less of a voice and more of a feeling, like a gut feeling. Like there's a deep sense of curiosity. Something wants to know why you have come, but it doesn't express it in words. It expresses it in that fundamental injection of thought into your minds.
Is anybody else sensing that?
Yeah.
Just wants to know why we're here. Quick, think of what to tell it.
I
thought you were the one that's good at talking. She'll look at Zagrin.
Figment Figment, you get a sense of you get this view in your head, right? View of different places in the city, and you can tell there that there's an offer. This thing has information about the facility, and it would be willing to give it to you.
Wait. Give me a moment.
Do we have
At the same time, everybody else, right? Essie, you are offered up. You can again. You get images of that guardian spirit, right? Images of that guardian spirit, and you see it. You see it both in that human form, and then you see the chamber that it's in, and that nest, that thing that was hanging above it, and you can tell that it has information on the guardian spirit that it would give you, but it has something that it wants, and what it wants is not clear. Kit, you see, after a little bit of probing, right? Because you can feel this psychic probing in your mind. Yeah, I know. We're keeping it weird. You see images of those devils, those two Cambions that you'd seen, right? You see images of those two Cambions that you'd seen. You get a sense that this creature knows what that is. And Zagrin, you, after a very brief survey, are shown an image of, well, it was very disturbing to him, so he's gone. But when he comes back, he'll find out that he was shown an image of the beacon on a pedestal, and I might save that and tell it to him. So everybody can tell me how y'all are reacting to this at the same time. And this is, folks, we don't do this very often, but our heroes actually have a map. You can go ahead and move yourselves around the chamber as you want your little tokens to be. And so anybody, how are we responding to these probes and entreaties? That is weirder than you made it weird. You made it weird. You made my flesh creature weird.
We didn't make your flesh creature weird. Your flesh creature was weird to begin with.
Josh, if you didn't hear, Zagrin was presented with an image of that artifact on a pedestal, and you could see it surrounded by shadow. And again, there is a promise there of more knowledge. And so for all of you, go ahead and take your tokens and move them where you want to be in that room.
I think Essie would walk into this little alcove, or by this little alcove, and see what's. She's just kind of like happy ending is up. She's just like peeking in.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So in there, it's overgrown, but it's a lot more cloning chambers. But these are much larger than the ones that you've seen, right? Like there are 4 in there, and they're pretty big. They are not for making regular humans, and they are busted.
Oh no. You've got busted chambers in here, larger than human sized. I'm gonna do a sweep of like the ceiling.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the ceiling, and in fact, that thing, that writhing thing, as you move around, you see parts of it writhing over towards you as well, right? Writhing over towards you as well. And actually, roll me a perception check.
Oh no! This is... Sorry, that's very hard to read. I can't. It's hard until you look at it to see if it's a 3 or an 8. But let's see. That is 12.
12. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, that's what you notice.
Yeah, Figment is just gonna, put his hand on his head, and he's just gonna, be trying to converse with it in his mind.
Yeah, so Figment, you can tell that there is an extremely powerful but extremely alien mind at work here. powerful, but extremely alien mind at work here.
I'm asking it what it wants. Like, what's its game plan? That's not even asking it, but trying to find out.
Yeah, you can communicate it, right? It seems to read or sense your thoughts as they occur, they occur, and as you start thinking more, it starts to reveal details about this cloning chamber, right? It shows that it shows the cloning chamber changing over time from what was once a functional facility, right? A functional facility used seemingly to make people for the city of Aor, right? And regularly people were coming out of it. You also saw it creating those monsters that you've seen, those mouth monsters, and some of the others that you've run into. So this facility seemed to be busy generating monsters and people, and then slowly you see it.
This. So I assume it is a product of this room.
It hasn't showed you that yet.
Okay.
But it begins showing you what the facility was used for originally.
I'm gonna try and put it on, like, put the onus on them to get more information, as if, like, where'd they come from, where'd they do, what are they doing. Yeah, he's just sitting there, like, concentrating on this.
Yeah, great. Anybody else?
Zagrin, like, walks into the middle of the room and just kind of says aloud, "You're not the first person to promise me such information. Why should I trust you? What makes you the better option? Go on, woo me. What's your bid?"
Yeah, great. Actually, before we go too far, actually, no, that's fine. Zagrin, in the middle of the room, make me a perception check, please.
7.
Nice. So you can see those pillars. You can see tentacles like wrapping around those pillars, like going up and down and changing, going up and down and changing. But you start to get more details about the beacon and about where it sits. You see the beacon, and you see the beacon in this crypt. Right? It is in this big room, and within this crypt, this much larger chamber, on the far side, you see this pedestal, or what's it called? It's a big stone thing that you could...
Plinth?
There we go. Plinth. Fuck. There we go. You see this stone plinth, and on the plinth lies a body. It is a body of, gender's hard to tell, but like a not quite full-sized human. Not quite full-sized human. They are wearing like leather wrapped around them, almost as if they're mummified, right? But like wrapped in leather as opposed to bandages. And on their face, where the head that you can see is also wrapped in leather, but on their face is this metal mask. This metal mask, and the eyes on the metal mask are glowing, right? And inside the chamber are runes and other things, and then it shows you the entryway into that chamber. Is there anything else you want to ask this thing?
Well, I certainly believe that you know where it is. What I'm asking is, what can I do for you?
I'd be careful reasoning with it.
Kit, over to you. As you see this going on, I want you to give me a quick perception check.
Perception. Ooh, that's really good. 23.
Okay. As you see the others going, a couple things you notice is, one, some of these areas of flesh, you see things starting to bubble out. You see limbs begin to reach out of the walls and out of the floors, and they seem to melt back down. You see what looks like a rib cage with an arm attached, pulling and dragging itself across the ground, leaving little filaments behind as it goes. You see what looks like, now that you're seeing it on the wall and in the pillars, there are these patterns, and in more than one place you'll see spinal cords or a face or toes or all sorts of other body parts, making this up. Some identifiable, some not. And as folks have gone further into it, you see that there are doors, and the one door that you didn't come through, you see that that the door itself is covered and is becoming more covered in thick ropes of flesh and tentacles and things. And above the door that you did come in, you see what looks like maybe 20 different hands, like crawling over towards the door and beginning to dig into the flesh around and above it.
That's not even the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You guys, I think we're getting trapped in here.
Big surprise.
What do you want?
It begins to show you more details about those cambions, and you can see that room that you were in when you walked in. You see time in that room begin to go backwards, right? And it shows you a number of things passing in and out, including a lot of these creatures entering this room. Some of them through that area. You remember that area where that massive pit fiend came from, right? That wall. You see a number of things coming out of there. You see a number of things going in and out of that room over time as it's speeding through it fairly quickly. But Murdo is on the table in that cage through almost all the pictures until you see for the first time that portal appearing for the first time, that rip, and you see walking through it first the warlock, and then those two cambions, the woman carrying the cage with Murdo in it. And as they step through, more devils begin coming in, and they start to set up what looks like a little headquarters right in there.
I think it's just trying to distract us. I'm gonna slowly chamber around into happy ending.
But it might have useful information for us. What's it showing you?
It certainly does. And as you're sitting there, Figment's sitting in his chair thinking, but you see his pen. The pen's going crazy in the book.
As you're pressing for information, Figment, you start to see, as you ask it kind of about itself, you see another place, almost like a world you don't recognize and a place you don't recognize, and you see these. It's hard to describe, right? There are these beings that begin to exist in these ancient primordial pools of life, right? Something that came about near the creation of the universe. This being is trying to convey to you that it is among the oldest life to have existed. And you can see, as you see one and then you see others, you see them changing and becoming different things.
Yeah. So they're like ancient primordials. And so I'm asking questions. And then I just want to find out if it's lying. I want to just make a quick little...
Do an insight check.
Insight check to see if it's Josh. 15. 21.
Hard to tell, right? But you get the sense that it's genuine. You get the sense that it's genuine.
Right,
However, something is hidden here.
Yeah. Yeah,
This- This being
gonna keep
has
communicating.
more than it's revealing.
Right. Yeah, so it's hiding something. It's hiding. What's it hiding? Something. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's still there. He's also going to start mentioning. Was it Nizaroth? Nizaroth.
Yep.
Thinking
it shows
about
you-
Nizaroth.
Yeah, it pulls you over to the chamber and changes what you're experiencing. But we're gonna check in on anybody else. Anybody else want to interact with this thing a bit more?
What was it showing, Essie?
So it was promising you to show you what was inside that nest in the chamber of the guardian spirit.
I don't think she'd interact with it.
Okay. Well, then paying attention to what's going on in the room, right? You can see these pulsing mounds of flesh, right? They're beginning to grow and pulse near where you all are, right? You also now, seeing Kit looking at the door, right? You see some of those hands, some with all their fingers, some with fewer, beginning to grab on to the wall and then fall. And as they fall, dragging down tendrils of flesh. Tendrils of flesh. You see tentacles beginning to grow along the wall towards that last door.
I think y'all need to stop interacting with it. Things are about to get serious.
Calamity, what's it saying to you?
Calamity just shakes her head and she's like, "We gotta burn this, and we gotta burn it now."
I think we should have talked to it for a little bit longer.
Yes, excellent notion, Miss Pike.
No,
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Yes,
I
what
think
is it?
I think I'll just I'll start a firebolt.
Yeah, let's roll
go.
some initiative. Let's roll some initiative.
I think Essie just lifts
What?
up her musket and like a
Folks.
load of fire comes out.
And I'm going to need to take a quick break as we're rolling some initiative. So give us 5 minutes, and we'll be right back. Sorry about that. Every 5 minutes. We're live again, folks. Thank you for your patience. DM just needed to get something done. All right, folks who are on the map. Folks who are on the map and are looking at it, you're in a big circular domed room. And one thing you found, Figment, there are, as things start to go down, the flesh near you on the ground in the walls begins coalescing into this form of limbs and mouths and eyes and tentacles, and it's just right there, and it's starting to want to chomp at you.
But
Kit,
we're talking.
not far from you, you see at least two of those creatures, and again on the ceiling you see this source of all these tentacles is in the center of that domed room, but its tentacles are everywhere. Right, you can see them in every part of the room. It is almost like it is the flesh in this room. Calamity has a bunch at her back. Zagrin, this thing is right over you. Like, it's centered right over you. Its mass, however, again, it extends all over the place and is all over those pillars in the center of the room. And with that, let's go look at everybody's initiative. So who got what on their initiative count? Zagrin, where are you at?
6.
6. Great.
I got 14.
Kit, you got a 20 something?
25.
You got
16
a 25.
for 16 for SC.
All right. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. All right. So we're starting with Kit. Kit, there's some shit going down. What do we want to do?
I have no idea. Okay, so the flesh source is on the ceiling.
It is on the ceiling. That said, you can attack those tentacles. So there are tentacles by every one of the pillars and at every wall. So it's kind of everywhere in this room.
Okay, but I prefer, I think, to go to the source if I can. Well, I can.
Sure, absolutely.
So I'm gonna try to run. What is this? What is the
Quick
source
note:
look
everywhere
like?
in here is difficult terrain. It looks almost like a if a zit had tentacles and a massive mouth on the end, just dripping like ooze and saliva, and now that you're looking at, you see some of those mouths begin to emerge from the floor. It is all over the place in here.
I think I'm.
Think of a zit with, instead of like the biggest zit you've ever seen, but instead of like just a pulsing whitehead at the top, it's like open and drooling and getting ready to eat you.
I've never seen a zit with a pulsing whitehead at the top, but
You haven't lived then.
this is nasty.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
I'm gonna try to pop the zit, I guess. I'm gonna run, jump, do whatever I can to, let's see, on the map where I am. So Zagrin is standing right beneath the
Right
zit.
under it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good time to pop it.
Could I, like, get a little assist, like, kind of run and, like, run up?
Just jump off his shoulder.
Yeah,
Zagrin, if
but-
you make an athletics check and you beat 12, you can give Kit advantage on her next attack.
16
Ooh, yay!
with my -2.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay,
Do you
so
want to
Kit,
describe the way you do it?
well, I'll run up to Zagrin and just kind of like leap into the air, hoping that he.
Oh yeah,
That's
and
something.
he's on it. He sees the movement out of the corner of his eye, and just without even thinking, just whoop.
All right, so I go flying up towards the zit, and I'm gonna kind of like flip in the air and like land on the ceiling
Okay.
with my spider climb boots, and then make my attack with advantage. That is a 23 to hit,
That hits.
and I pre-rolled this, but I didn't add it up yet. Let's see. It is 12 plus 10, 22, that's 27, 20, 31 plus 6, 37. 37.
37 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. That hits it hard. You see it as you hit it, right? This wave of blood and pus begins leaking out, but as it goes to fall, it instead reforms and flies at you and smashes you. Actually, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That's 10.
Okay, you are shoved back 5 feet and you are restrained. You can feel as this wave of horrid fluids hits you. You can feel it seeping into you, and your legs begin to they feel like they've gone liquidy. And as you look down, you see your legs are somewhat merged with that flesh on the ceiling there.
Fantastic.
Sounds cool.
Okay, so can I...
You're restrained until the end of your next turn.
What does restrained mean? Can I still attack?
You can attack, but with disadvantage, and you can't move.
Okay, so I will try to attack with my offhand, with my short sword.
I think you'll be too far if you're pushed 5 feet back. Will you not?
Can I just attack like the whatever's holding me? Like.
Yeah, fair enough.
That would be with disadvantage, right? That would be 19 to
that
hit.
hits. That just hits. That's its AC.
Oh shit. Okay. That's 3 points.
What was just the AC?
19.
19. It seems not hitting the thing itself is less effective than getting up there and hitting the thing dead on.
Interesting. Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Who's next? Oh, it is. Great. Excellent. You can feel energy pulsing around you. And I need Essie and I need Figment to make a charisma check, please.
Like a saving
or
throw?
Charisma saving throw, yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Charisma saving throw.
That's good. I rolled a natural 18 plus 2, so dirty 20.
Okay. Figment?
14.
All right, so Essie, you feel this thing pulling at you, but it doesn't manage to grab you. Figment, however, you find yourself pulled up to the ceiling over by it, which is a solid 20 feet in the air, and then dropped. So you're gonna take you're dropped 20 feet to the ground, and you're gonna take.
But I land on spongy flesh, right?
You do, but it's not
like
that
a trampoline.
soft, unfortunately. I will allow you, old man Figment. I will allow you to make a Arcana check to use your telekinesis ring to reduce the impact of that fall.
Okay. Uh, 22.
Okay. You are able to reduce that speed, but you still hit the ground and you twist your ankle as you do, taking 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh!
All right.
Break it off.
That's Figment. Essie, you're up.
Wait, that was my turn?
No. Sorry.
Oh.
You're in the
She's
pipe.
just gonna take a bullet. I literally cannot talk tonight. Don't know what I'm talking about, you guys. I'm gonna take a bullet, and she's gonna a shining, like flaming bullet from her bandolier, and she's gonna chamber it in, snap the musket up, and she is going to use her spell storing device to do a thing. I can't. A scorching ray. And I pre-rolled all 3 of my attacks. The first one is a 22. Second one is a 27, and the third one is a natural 20.
Those all hit. Obviously.
So total, all fire damage. $37 points of fire damage. And is there a way that I can aim at like the main body?
Absolutely.
That's what I was hoping for.
Can you step out a little bit into the hall to hit the main thing? So nothing's in your way?
You sure heckin' bet I can.
Thank you much.
I think she'd just like take a moment to steady herself against the doorway, aim up, and fire blasts come shooting out.
Nice. Okay. Anything else for you?
No, I've got so few things left. But I will tuck back into. I'll just kind of take a step back here. A little bit.
That little thing by you is going to take a bite if you do it.
Oh, he's there in front of me. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things by me. Okay.
There are a lot of things out there. All right. Figment, you're up. And
okay. Here we go. So he gets up. We were talking. And he's going to pull out a scroll and then read it really quickly. And a dome is just going to form around him.
Nice. Okay, what does it do?
It's a resilience sphere.
Excellent. Speaking of which, Paula, you forgot to do Calamity, so you take remember to take her at the end of the round, okay?
I will. Thank you.
On the outside of the sphere, Glint should be present somewhere on the board.
Okay. Yeah,
so
we can just
make him
Glint be anywhere.
Okay. So he'll just be in the square above me there.
Sure.
And
no problem.
so I'm there. I'm looking around like, can I still hear it? Is it still talking to me?
Can you still hear it? No, it's stopped. Or it's giving you visions, but the visions, and all of you are seeing this vividly, is of your bodies being ripped apart.
I can't hear you, Jason.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
I can.
I can hear you.
Maybe it's me. Okay, well, stand by.
You need to hear this.
You get vivid visions of your bodies being taken into their component parts and consumed and used by this creature in whatever macabre experiments it's running in this room. So it's still talking to you, but you sure would like to know less.
The truth comes out, I see.
Figment, are you done?
That's it.
Okay,
also,
so
he was in his chair, by the way, when he came in. So when he got grabbed, they picked up his chair too and dropped it. So
okay, sure.
They dropped him in his chair, and the dome is around the chair.
Okay, got it. all makes sense. Yeah,
it makes sense. Yeah.
As you're feeling this, everybody, that wave of your bones, like your bones melting, you can feel like your bones and your ligaments begin to pulse, and I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
My dice are being so good to me on my last night of D&D. That's a 27 total.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I rolled a 9 for me and a 6 for Calamity.
Okay, great.
Can this thing get me in the sphere?
Absolutely it can, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice.
Plus,
so for those that got over 18, which is Essie and Figment, you do not feel your ligaments and bones start to kind of melt a little bit. For those that do, you take 18 necrotic damage, and you have disadvantage on strength and dexterity based ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws for a minute. You can make a save at the end of your turn to end that.
Oh,
right?
that's
But for the next
nasty.
minute, you are impacted with this. So at the end
What
of
were
every
all the
turn,
things?
strength and dexterity based attacks, checks, and saving throws.
You know what would help cleanse this? A molasses enema, probably, because they're impacted.
Keep it
There
in
we go.
mind.
There we go.
Don't you have to
okay.
be restrained?
You would, yeah, you would have
Probably.
to be restricted. Yeah, take inspiration again if you don't have it.
Nice.
Okay. Figment, anything else for you?
No, so it's still communicating through my head.
Yeah, but
it's going through this dome. It's angry.
It's not
yeah,
angry. It is
it's
looking
gleefully
forward.
showing us.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. I can only cast one spell a turn.
Okay. All right. So let's go. Spread the wealth here. So we're gonna go. All right. Darn it. All right. Taya. 2 tentacles coming in for Essie. All right. That is a 28 and a 23 to hit.
She's dropped out right now.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to her in a minute. That was 28 and 23. For Calamity, we've got a 13 to hit. For Zagrin, we've got 24 to hit.
Hit.
Zagrin, I need another Constitution saving throw from you as this tentacle comes out from one of the pillars and wraps around you. And with a 15 on your Constitution saving throw, you feel this wooziness almost as whatever slime this tentacle is wrapped in starts to impact you in your mind. You're gonna, every time you make a ability check or an attack, you're gonna roll a d4 and subtract it. You're gonna take a d4 and subtract it. Okay, great. Cool, that's you. And you can roll at the end of your turn to end that condition.
Okay. So roll to end, do 2 rolls, 1 for each?
Yeah. All right, Calamity has got this. Kit has got this. This guy's got a lot of conditions. All right, great. And then we've got one for... that was 4 so far. We've got one for Kit. That's 5. And that's a 14 to hit.
No.
And then we've got one more for Kit. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Okay. And Zagrin, by the way, if I didn't tell you, you took 16 damage as it like the tentacles are ripping at you. Little mouths on the inside of the tentacles are ripping at you. And then one more for Kit. That's an 18.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That hits?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so same thing. I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Wow. Another 10. I think that's the third 10 for me.
All right. And did we have Tayback? We have Tayback. It was a 23 and 28 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to take a total of 32 piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Golden. Dirty 20
Okay.
for the Constitution save. 30 points of damage?
32 total.
32. Okay.
Okay. And yeah, that's it.
What happens
that's it.
since did I fail my Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, so you're going to have that same effect. So you're going to take a d4 off every one of your rolls, off every one of your attack rolls and ability checks.
You got Bane?
Until the end of this turn. It actually gets even worse because next turn, if it doesn't save after next turn, that goes up to a d6, and it's going to keep going up every round until you pass it or until it hits d12.
Oh, that's
Did I
nasty.
take any damage?
You did. You took 16 piercing damage as this tentacle ripped at you.
Okay. We're not looking good, folks.
All right. Great. And with that, we return back to the
Calamity?
Zagrin and then Calamity.
Okay.
Nice.
Zagrin will, with one hand, he like whips Lirimnor into the air, and that blue mist starts shining down on him. And I'm going to use the trap spell to do Armor of Agathis. And at the same time, his hand that carries the shield grips around that encased undead eyeball, and the room around him starts to get dark within 10 feet, and just these shadows start moving over his body, making him hard to see. And I'm also going to cast Shadow of Moil.
Ooh.
I played
Hit
for
me again.
53 sessions, and I did not realize Zagrin had a shield until this moment. I don't know where I forgot to
It
miss
hasn't
that,
come
but
up
I'm like,
much, but
Zagrin has
It's
a
a little
shield?
one. It's a little one.
It's
That's
a
what
tiny,
it
yeah, it's a baby shield.
Pocket shield.
counts. It counts.
yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn. That's action, bonus action.
All
And
right.
I'd like to roll to end that stuff. Let's see. What's that? 2 con checks?
Yes.
Or is con saves?
Yes.
Ooh, a 7 for the first one.
Oh no. I think he failed the con
The
save.
storms are taking us
Failed the
out,
con
man.
save.
Okay.
So didn't pass either of them?
He got a 7 for one, but then I didn't hear.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
he's back.
for now we'll do the creatures. So the creatures come out. Essie, the two around you are going to attack. That is a 20 to hit.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're going to take 5 damage. You're going to take 5 damage as they chew and tear at you. But they're having those 3 creatures right by you. Their tentacles and things coming off them, and the limbs, the weird, strange limbs coming out, are causing you to be grappled. And that is true for you and for Zagrin. You are both grappled. Oh wait, yeah, right, because Kit's there. Yeah, you're both grappled. Kit's on the ceiling. Yeah, there we go. That's you all.
Okay. So now I can do calamities.
Yes, please.
Okay. Or did Josh want to do his second save? Or...
Oh, I got a 7 and a 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So calamity. Let me see. Where is she? She's here.
She's right in the center of the map there. Yeah.
But she's not like currently restrained or anything like that.
She's engaged.
Yeah, she's engaged, but she isn't restrained.
Congratulations. All right. So she...
Oh no, but yeah, she'll be restrained if she's still there at the end of her next turn, or at the end of this turn, she'll be restrained.
Okay. So this, let's see. I don't think I was looking at this correctly last time, but she has this thing that allows her to do 2 fire bolts now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's nice. She's gonna do that. Oh,
Quick
go ahead.
pause. Because these things are minions, right? These little creatures, the thing that's not the boss. If you're shooting a ranged attack and you hit one, if there's another one behind it in line, you can kill it. If you're in melee combat and you hit one, if you do enough damage, you can kill 2 or more.
I feel like she's gonna go after. I feel like she's gonna go after the thing on the ceiling.
Okay, that's fine.
And I pre-rolled. It's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
And a total with both of the fire bolts, a total of 35 damage.
The creature looks bloodied.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's her turn.
That's good, because I'm not actually sure y'all can last another round. All right. So that's them. Figment. They are like, your sphere is covered. Like the backside and the other sides are just covered in these things, trying to like wriggle their tentacles and get through, and you can see mouths scratching at it. You can see bony fingers in places coming through and picking at it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, there's like droplets of pus oozing down the side of the sphere as they try and get in. Zagrin, however, they're going to take a bite at you. They're going to take a bite at you.
It won't get the advantage because my Shadow of Moil makes me heavily obscured, so it's a straight roll.
Okay, great. Well, wait, is there a reason they'd have advantage on attacks against you?
Aren't I grappled?
No, you're not.
Oh, I misunderstood.
So they have disadvantage.
Oh, I thought that Zagrin and
You're not grappled. You are disoriented by the slime, right?
Okay, I thought
and then you're both.
Essie and I were grappled.
No, only. Oh, right. Yes, sorry, you are grappled, but the grapple doesn't count. Add the restrained condition, or grapple doesn't get them advantage.
You wouldn't get advantage.
Sorry.
Got it.
Yeah, only Kit would they get advantage against, but Kit is on the ceiling, so it doesn't help.
Perfect. Then disadvantage.
Yeah. All right. So rolling with disadvantage, it's a 15 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Great. All right. So top of the round, folks. This could be going better. It seems this creature has lured you deep into the room and distracted you with promises of knowledge, and has worked to trap you and launch its horrible ambush. We've seen a number of you take pretty serious damage from it. We've seen, psychic waves being unleashed on all of you. A number of you are pretty heavily incapacitated. And with that, we're going to go back to the top of the round and start out with Kit, who's restrained till the end of your turn.
Love it. Okay, so we'll see, restrained because 0 speed. Okay. So I have disadvantage on attacks right now.
Yes.
And I have to roll a D4
and take it away. Yep.
Take it away. Okay.
And if you could get double disadvantage, you would, but you can't. So
wow,
disadvantage is just disadvantage.
Great. I'm
on
going...
the plus side, if you can find something that gives you advantage, you'll neutralize that disadvantage and be able to make a straight roll.
Well, I cannot move. So I'm currently 5 feet away from the source of the pus thing, right?
That's right. Yep.
And my legs are welded to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw my dagger at the pus thing at disadvantage.
Sentient Pipple.
Sentient Pimple. That's really unfortunate because I rolled a natural 20 and a 10. But that would be... Wait. Yeah, that's
No, you don't roll with disadvantage. You were neutralizing it, right? You were doing your steady aim?
Oh, I wasn't doing that.
Oh,
but yeah,
shit.
I mean, I was doing that.
You can't get more steadier than adhere to the wall.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed that you were going to use steady aim because you couldn't move. I was like,
I mean,
okay,
that's so obvious. Of course, duh.
My hands look like they're shaking to you. It's just constant.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Obviously.
Apparently it is called Heroes Live. Sorry, folks. This is what you get for having too kind a DM.
I guess I'll roll again because I don't know which one of those was the natural 20.
Too kind of DM.
That's much worse. But that's still an 18 to hit.
Oh, one fewer than what you need, unfortunately.
Okay, and then
Plus you have to roll a d4 minus that.
oh yeah. Okay, I will try to use my. Wait, so what's the AC of the? Sorry.
The big thing is 19.
And then when attacking it, like not at the source, it's
Same thing. Same AC. It
Oh,
just
it's the same
seems
thing.
to resist the damage.
Gotcha. Okay. So I will attack with my short sword the like stuff that's holding me again. That's the 19. No, plus I have to roll the d4,
Yep.
so it wouldn't work.
All right.
Okay, but now I get
Do you
to
want to go for Calamity?
Oh, but I also get to do like to try to
Your con saves. Yeah, do your con saves.
2 of them.
Yep.
Okay. 17 and 19.
So the 17 doesn't work. The 19 does. So you no longer have to do the d4s. You no longer have to do the d4s, and it actually doesn't get worse because it was about to go up to d6 next round.
I didn't have to roll a d4 for that though. For my con save.
Wait, hold on.
Did I?
Oh. I thought it was like dex and strength.
No,
based.
ability and attack rolls.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Phew. Okay.
Dex or strength based, you do, right? But that's not dex.
This is nasty. Nasty
So
critter.
that
very
one
fun.
is gone. That condition's gone.
Yes.
The other condition is
Still there. It's your bones. Your bones are melted a little bit. Your bones and joints are kind of melted, and so everything that you do with strengths or dex-based attacks or ability checks or saving throws are at disadvantage.
Cool. Okay.
Little melted bones.
So I'll go for Calamity now. I won't forget this
Okay.
time. She's going to go at the sentient pimple as well. And that is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
And she's going to do the twin thing again. That's 9, 10. Oh, wow, she's rolling really good. That's, oh my gosh, I only have one of these. 10 plus 16 is 26.
26 points of damage.
That was just for one.
Okay.
And then she gets to go again. So 5, 13 plus 9 is 22.
It's looking rough. It's looking rough.
Yay! Okay. And she's still surrounded by those minions, right?
Yes. However, there's around you can feel this wave of psychic energy around every single one of you, except for Figment. Although Figment, your ball, you can feel it starting to shake, the sphere that you're in.
Yeah.
And I need everybody, with the exception of Figment, to take a strength saving throw.
And I get a minus d6 to this one.
I think it's on your next turn. It'll turn into a d6.
I got a nat 1 either way.
Okay.
So I got a -1 before I even minus anything.
15 for Essie.
15 for Essie. All right, Essie, you are pulled forward and slammed into the pillar.
I am going to, if that didn't work, I'm gonna do my last thing. I'm sorry, I always forget what this is called.
Flash of Genius.
Flash of Genius. So to make that 20.
All right. Okay, so you're not smashed against the pillar. You narrowly avoid being picked up and flung. Let's see, Kit and Zagrin and Calamity.
You can smash one of us because Calamity rolled a 2, which makes it into a 1, and then I rolled a 12, which makes it an 11.
And I got
Okay.
a -1.
Okay. Okay. So you
Everyone's
guys
getting
are all,
slammed into the wall.
you are all flung around. You take 18 points of force damage for those that got flung.
Hi, wait. If I'm welded to the ceiling, how do I get flung around?
In fact, it was only welded to the ceiling until the end of that turn. So
Oh.
it comes loose just in time for you to get flung.
Oh, that's so
Sucks to be.
insulting.
In fact,
Dead.
you're flung into the ground also. So off the ceiling and into the ground.
So you just see Kit fall to the ground and not move.
And stop moving. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
And Zagrin, as he gets slammed, the shadows that were all around his body dissipate as he loses his concentration.
All right. Okay, great.
Oh, and Calamity too. So did
Calamity's
she take
down also?
Well, what did she take?
She took 18 damage.
18
force
damage. Okay.
All right, Essie, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. So I all pre-rolled. An 18 misses, correct?
An 18 misses, yep.
Okay. Then 2 hit at a natural 19 and a natural 20 again.
Okay.
So that is going to be. So she just braces herself, and one fire beam goes wide as though she's mad at her friend. She gets distracted when she goes down, and then 2 just like slam, one almost like perfectly pinpointed into the center, and she does 37 points of fire damage as 2 beams hit.
Ugh. It is looking extremely rough. It is looking extremely rough. The form now is burned. It's stabbed. It's cut. There is pus leaking down into that center area. In fact, that center area is almost like a pool of it as it tries to spread around. And the thing is like shrinking into itself. And you can hear in your minds this psychic scream, but it's still up. Anything else for Essie?
Can I use... I don't know... I forget how we do this, because I think like the new D&D are going to be able to use 2-leveled spells, and I don't know if we've talked about that. Can I use my bonus action to Misty Step? Or not?
Not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then how many attacks of opportunity would I take if I tried to leave?
If you want to go backwards, you're going to take 3. No, 2. One of them's not really on the balcony.
What if I go straight up in the air?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Still 2.
All right, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to get
All right,
out of
so that is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
All right. Ooh, that's 23 to hit.
Hits.
You take 4 damage as this thing rips at you on your way up.
My dead grandmother can do word better than that. All right, sounds good.
Okay, great. And with that, we're on to Figment. Figment,
Okay,
you can
so
see
he
this
can't-
thing's tentacles beginning to slide around and get in place to hammer your friends.
Yeah, I'm like looking at it through all the weird fleshy stuff that's on the thing. Can I see anyone on the ceiling next to this pimple?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to order Glint. I'm like, send this one up toward the giant pustule of the roof and try not to hit anyone. And send a 4th level fireball to the ceiling through Glint, who's, dilates. He
You
just
can
fires
get...
this thing.
Let's see, what's the radius? 20-foot radius? You can get this whole crowd of...
20-foot radius, yeah.
This whole crowd of creatures over here, by where Figment's at, you can get all them and it in one hit.
Yeah.
What's the save?
So it's... So it's my save DC? 17?
Great. You char them.
Okay, and that's 7 D6s. And including the thing on the ceiling.
The thing on the ceiling, however, does seem to make its saving throw. So it seems to avoid the worst of it.
So it'll get half of whatever this is.
Yeah.
66, 76. Oh, that felt good. It wasn't very good. 18 fire damage.
18 total or 18 halved?
That's 18 total.
Okay.
How does lucky work? Does luck work? Can I burn something to re-roll
No, sorry.
damage? No, damn it. All right. I rolled 3 1s. That's doesn't necessarily bode well. But yeah, it got 8 of half of 18. That's okay though, right? Sure.
All right. Essie, a couple tentacles come flying your way. The first one misses, but the second one is a 22 to hit. That hit?
Sure does.
All right, let's take 16 piercing damage and another con saving throw for you to avoid the fate of your friends. Zagrin, you got one coming into you. That was, god damn it. 24 for Zagrin.
Hit.
Okay. Again, that's another 16 piercing damage. And
Fine,
are you
but
still
it
under the
takes-
effect of that thing, right?
Yeah, 25 cold
Ooh.
damage. You make all my rolls bad, but I can just be a target. That I can
Yeah.
still do.
That's a good strategy.
All right, and we've got 2 tentacles going after Calamity. That is an 18 and a 27.
That definitely hits.
Both of them?
Yes.
Okay, so that's another 32 piercing damage for her.
Okay.
My con save was a 28.
Nice. All right, and I think the last tentacle we're gonna drop on. How's last tentacle we're gonna drop? I guess it won't go on thing. We're gonna do one more at you, Essie.
All right.
Come on, buddy. Okay, 26 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
All right, that's
It
one
hits.
more 16 points of
Yikes.
piercing damage. As this thing wraps around, so 3 tentacles like wrap around you, and all of them little bite. Well, I guess only 2. All of them little bitey mouths are in play. Okay, folks. Zagrin, you're up.
Alrighty, I want to cast, let's see, Synaptic Static. So Zagrin, like, points at a point up towards the big pustule, and in its mind's eye, I know it's all psychic-y, I try to invade its brain and put in an image of just a blinding light for a moment. It's going to need to make an intelligence saving throw, DC 17.
Okay, what happens if it makes it?
If it makes it, it'll take half damage, so that's going to be 15 psychic damage. But it is a 20-foot radius, so that'll also potentially get other people.
Yeah, you can get the other 2 in that.
Perfect.
You can get the other 2 of those little creatures. So 2 more of those go down. It is there, but it is hanging on by a thread. It is hanging on by a thread. The one that's left goes moving over. The one of those little creatures that's left is moving over to you, Zagrin, and it looks like it's gonna be ready to bite you next turn. All right.
It was too
and we
much
just-
fun.
That scared him a
It's
little
too much
bit.
fun.
Yeah.
Scared him too much. All right, top of the round, Kit. I think you're making death saving throws. Am I right?
No, I am stabilized by my periaptive wound closure.
So top of the round, it's been an interesting battle. The creature looks like it's on its last legs, but so are many of you. Kit is down. Essie is in rough shape, flying in the air.
Yeah, I'm in rough shape. But I got some stuff in me, you know?
Nice.
Is it,
Nice.
in fact, my turn?
No, it's not your turn, but I was just kind of getting a sense of everybody. Figment still in his sphere, casting spells, looking like he's ready to be the last man standing here. And Zagrin. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say that was the last time I can shoot something through Glint. I can
Uh-oh.
only do 4 of those.
Oh, sucks to be you, Glint. Or maybe sucks to be Figment. Let's find out. And Zagrin has been scared right out of the game. No, he'll be back eventually. He'll come back. I believe in him. All right. So, Kit, I guess Calamity's up.
Oh yeah, I'm playing another character. Okay, so she is. Wait, are those minions around her still?
There's
There.
only one left, and it's over by Zagrin.
Okay. Well, I don't think it really matters. She's gonna go after the pustule. And that is a wait, why did I forget? Oh, I don't think that hits. That's a 16.
It doesn't hit.
Bummer, dude. Okay, I think that's all she can do.
Calamity misses. Calamity misses, but
Big
luckily
surprise.
it doesn't miss, as a wave from all of you. You can feel that flesh in the room. You can feel these, or you can see these tentacles begin to reach out, and they're thinner, the small ones, like they were on those strange statues. And as they touch you, you feel this. You feel this sickness to begin to hit. I need everybody to take everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
If I'm like unconscious but with 1 hit point, do I still have to do that?
No, you're gonna automatically fail it and take 2 death saving throws. So you take 2 death saving throws.
21 total
God.
for Essie.
Oh.
A 21 for Essie.
I've got a +8 con, so
Nice.
this is my
Okay.
jam.
Figment,
It's
you're in the sphere.
a 5 for
For
Calamity.
Calamity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she takes 45 piercing damage and is blinded.
Oh, she's down. She's down.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
And we'll find out about Zagrin. We'll find out about Zagrin when he comes back.
Crapola.
Until then, Essie, you're up.
Okay,
Bullets.
so remind me. The big guy is like on death's door, right?
Looks to be.
Okay. Then I'm a one-trick pony this round because I don't have much left. So 3 bolts, not fire bolts, but
Scorching rays.
Scorching rays come out. Thank you. I have no idea what I'm doing. 1 misses for sure, and the other 2 hit with a 20 and a 21.
Those hit.
Okay. So that is 25 points of fire damage.
25 points of fire damage. Would you like to describe
Yes!
the way this creature dies?
So I think it's got like multiple squiggly eyes, right?
Oh, tons. Yeah, lots of eyes.
I think that the one scorching ray gets deflected by its tentacles, and then as it's distracted, 2 more come in and they just like pinpoint hit one of the eyes, and as it rears back, the other one is going to go like right in its mouth and erupt through its brain. And
Nice.
just out the top of its head.
Nice.
Yeah, as that comes out, this large pulsing brain, easily the size a little bigger than a basketball, closer to like, those medicine. Did anyone ever play barbarian ball in school, or was that just me? But anyway,
Yeah,
big medicine
yeah.
balls. I know Mike played it. We went to the same high school. It's a big ass medicine ball sized brain goes flying to the ground. A little scorched, but looking deeply unappetizing.
It's
and
unfortunate
covered in
that I
slime.
tried to kill the brain.
Nice.
All right. And with that, folks, we can drop out of initiative, as whatever strange thing controlled this room seems to be fading away. As you listen, you hear at the door the sound of the mid-game break coming. And with that, folks, we're going to step away for about 10 minutes, and we'll be back after these messages from our sponsors, or just our break video,
Nice.
whatever. See y'all in 10 minutes. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Nice.
And we return, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out. We're back from our break. So we looked at this, and it turns out that everybody but Essie and Figment have gone down. So out of the 4 players and 1 retainer, 3 of them are down. 3 of them are down and 2 are still standing. So we come back. We resume the back half of episode 53 like this. So for folks that are just joining us, let's talk about what's happened here. Our heroes are in the old cloning chambers in the Fell Armory, and they have found in this layer of some sort of creature inside the cloning chambers, this layer of this weird primordial flesh creature that seemed to be using the cloning chambers to its own end. And this they got into a pretty serious fight with them as it lured them deeper with knowledge while planning their horrible deaths. But there was a fierce fight, and our heroes were finally able to defeat this creature, and it seems they have put it to rest. They put it to rest, and in fact, its brain, the brain that Granny took, seems so keen to get, has fallen to the floor. And with that, we're going to hop right back into the action with Essie and Figment. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, his dome pops. It's like, you did it.
Why don't you get the girls up? I'll go for Zagrin.
Oh, yeah, certainly. The chair goes over to Kit. He takes out like a little jar. He's like, "Oh, come down there." He gets out of the chair.
Real quickly before he gets out of the chair, Essie's gonna dart over and she's gonna try to swipe the brain, stick it in her bag of holding.
Yeah, it's big and slimy and gross.
Yes, he pours a health potion in your mouth there, Kit.
And then
you don't feel great, Kit. This is a lot of bad stuff has happened to you in very short order.
But I have 10 hit points, or am I at 0 at 1? Sorry.
I think you have 10.
Okay.
Pretty sure how that works.
Yeah,
we're just gonna play it that way. So.
And
I'll
Calamity's down as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes over to Calamity. He's like, "Are you all right?"
She's not, but if you give her another healing potion, she can get up and not die.
I don't have one. I only had one.
I'll give one to Zagrin, but y'all know I'm not handing any out to Calamity.
I'm sure that like I got up and went over with.
Sure.
I will use.
The Figster.
I think
You're not imagining things. Figment's there.
I think I have like. Did you pass out? Did you give? Yeah, you gave me 1 regular and 1 superior. Is that what you gave me? I think. I'll give my
that was
regular
a long
one.
time ago. I don't remember.
I'll give my regular one to Calamity.
Okay.
Yes, that should do it. Miss Pike, is the other one all right?
Yeah, he's fine. I'm just like poured. I probably actually got like a little funnel out of my bag and I stuck it in his mouth. I'm just pouring the potion of healing down his. Drink up.
Like the Princess Bride, mostly dead moment.
I'm gonna close his mouth so he's like a dog, like he has to swallow. Swallow him down, Zagrin.
You live another day, Saffron.
It's amazing. It's beautiful.
I think he's saying you're not memorable enough to remember your name, Zagrin.
Well, at least I'm alive to try to do something legacy-worthy, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose.
You're pretty sure that your eyes turned into like insect feelers for a second. It wasn't a great experience.
I saw everything without seeing anything, but I felt it in my dislocated bones.
Yes, you are experiencing hypothalamos, something. I'll look it up in a moment, but yes, that was no ordinary flesh creature. Ancient, primordial. It was here long before anything.
As you're talking, Figment, Calamity just turns and starts throwing up.
It's dead.
I think Essie will just like kind
I
of
believe
disregard
so.
that, and she's like, "Really, before the Aeorians?"
Are we sure it's
Well
dead?
before.
If it's that old, like, how do we
Interesting.
know it's really gone?
Well, look, I believe its insides fell out on the floor somewhere.
I'm trying not to look, actually.
What of
Seems
the
pretty
brain?
disintegrated.
If we can secure the brain, we can certainly assure its death.
Well, it
I'm
must
not,
still be in there.
Yeah, you guys want to go in after it?
Calamity starts burning things. She's like, I don't give a shit. I'm starting fires. I hate this.
Is that what Granny Took wanted? Was that the brain of
The
this
brain,
thing?
yes.
We're supposed to get some rewards for it, weren't we?
We
Well.
could use anything in our favor at this point.
Look around. We can maybe get the scraps.
Is that it over there? No.
Kit
No.
will like kind of start like squelching through some of the remains to look for it.
Very good, Miss Kit. Yes, very good.
Oh,
Finger takes a staff and crushes one. Not a,
smells horrible.
Zagrin
It's
goes
weirdly,
to, like,
it
reach-
smells like weirdly appetizing as Calamity starts roasting stuff in here.
Oh,
Nasty.
Yeah. She throws up again.
to look good, she's like gonna discharge her bayonet and just kind of like scoot around and stuff, like she's looking for it too.
Zagrin goes to like reach in with both hands into just the mound of flesh, and then like takes a second and is feeling a little queasy and starts prestidigitationing around the edges to clean up mess. It'll be easier to search if we get rid of some of this goo everywhere, I think.
yes.
Yeah, take inspiration if you don't have it. That was a very Zagrin move.
Yeah, so
Anybody
this
find
room,
anything?
else moving in it?
No, it seems like with the end of this thing, everything else is kind of losing its cohesion. In fact, the floor now is like slippery, but it's no longer as sticky as it was. Like before, the floor almost had intent. In fact, you can see the doors now, the webs of flesh and pus around it have kind of given away. You no longer see body parts moving around. The things seem inert in here now.
Maybe it's enough that we just killed it. I don't know. We could go tell her it's dead.
Or perhaps this wasn't the thing whose brain we required. She said we would know when we see it, and this seemed promising, but
If it's a
I suppose
primordial, sorry, Zagrin.
there could be something even older and more terrifying behind the next door that contains the brain, potentially. I don't know how these things work.
I was thinking that if it's a primordial being, it could have possibly shunted part of itself, like into an extraplanar spot, like a pocket dimension. Granny Took might be able to track it down.
I didn't seem to notice that sort of arcana in the moment of death, which
There
was...
was a lot happening.
right.
It could have been the flux or the distortion could have been hidden.
Unlikely, but yes. Could, maybe, yes.
Yeah, I felt like I felt something, but I was a little distracted by everybody dying.
But in that case, we've completed at least one objective. I think we present this to Nizaroth right away.
Well, we had to go back to Granny Took and at least let her know that it's dead, right?
It would be best if you put that foul creature far, far from your thoughts.
I'd like
She's trickery.
I know, but I got one more conversation I'd like to have with her. I've been thinking about it.
Don't trade away any more years of your life. Take it from someone who's already spent way too many.
Zagrin goes to where his body was laying on the ground and starts prestidigitationing his blood off of the ground.
That's a good idea. She did seem oddly interested in your blood. That's kind of freaky.
Yes, I feel like it's best to clean up my messes.
Maybe this would be a good place to bed down for the evening.
Calamity goes, maybe back in that room we were in before? I don't want to be anywhere near this stuff.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a little bit of tidying, I'm sure. But yes, you are right.
I've slept in worse.
Going back into the hallway, you can see that, again, things seem inert, right? So the things that were pulsing and moving are no longer doing so. It looks like it's just, like, weird, now stinking flesh.
Be glad to get out of here. This place is nasty.
Indeed. It would appear we have disrupted the central brain. It's affecting the rest of them.
Promising, if nothing else.
Where does that put us in our other quest to, I don't know, get a sustainable meal for the spider lady?
Perhaps we head back to the safe room that borders Granny Took's shop. We would have an opportunity to interact with her. We could then rest before we try to head back to see if this was satisfactory. But in the meantime, after the rest, we'd be able to see if the activity began again. So perhaps we sort of just observe before we report a job well done.
I definitely need to rest, so that's a good idea.
Indeed. Well, come. I believe I remember the way. Climbs back in his chair.
Yeah, you. I just love it. You all head back to Granny Took, or that chamber by Granny Took's, right? So same chamber you were in, same cloning bats, and Granny Took's door is once again there and slightly ajar.
I think I probably would have taken like probably been the last person out of the room with the big elder brain thing, and I just would have taken a deep breath and kind of hiked my bag of holding a little closer. And then I would have followed. And I'm just gonna say, I've just got some business with Granny. On my back. I'll walk in.
Yeah, as you walk in, you find yourself in that same magic shop, and Granny Took now is out from behind her cabinet, and she's got a cauldron on the floor, and she's looking in it, and as you look in, for a moment, you think you see in the cauldron a view of a coach moving along a road at night, and she just waves her hand as she does it, and the image kind of dissolves. She looks up at you and she goes, "Ah, you've returned, and I sense you have something with you."
Is there any way to lock the door? I'll have shut the door on this side if I could.
Yeah, you turn back to indicate the door, and it's already gone, replaced by more shelving. You don't see a door in the room.
Is there a door on the outside? The door.
Well, there is, but there's a door. There is the door leading to the other room.
It's just the regular door. Not
so
the
Granny Took's door disappeared after she went through.
You don't see it. Yep.
She'll just say, "I've come to make a personal deal."
Of course. What would you have of an old woman.
The brain for safe passage to my... She'll just gesture to the coach where my family is in.
Ah, but is it yours to give?
I think spoils go to those who take it.
I see.
And I think you might understand a little something about taking what you want. So don't try to talk to me about morality. Do you want the deal or not?
Oh, I would never. I would never, child. Come. Come, show me what you have. And
Show me
I
the
will
coach.
see. I will show nothing. Show me what you've got, and perhaps something can be arranged. You wish passage? You
For
wish
one.
to see... I see.
I'll take out the brain. I think that's well within your means.
Start smelling. I see. Very rich.
Mm-hmm.
I could... She reaches out a hand. She reaches out a hand to touch it. Ah, I see. I could take you into their path, perhaps. They flee to the Menagerie Coast, and I am due in Nicodranus before too long.
Safe passage to Nicodranus. With no additional side quests or stops. No extra life that you take from me. Nothing.
From here to there. And I get the spoils that you and your friends earned, and they get nothing else in return.
That's the deal. Take it or leave it.
Well, Miss Pike, you have a deal. I will have the brain.
I have a few things to say to them.
Of course. And she turns and indicates the door.
I'll be back.
You will leave the brain.
I don't think I will.
The door goes away again, and it's replaced by shelving.
You know I'd come back, but I don't know that you'd stay.
I will have it, and I will have it no matter what.
The brain can stay with you on one condition. You tell me who took my cloak.
Oh. An old friend of the family, in fact. The same one who gave me the lock of hair.
Did our party give somebody a lock of hair?
Calamity got a lock of hair last episode. I
Oh,
remember.
all right.
In
I'll
fact,
leave them.
I am often able to do multiple things in any one stop. It is one of the ways I keep my business so profitable.
All right, the brain stays with you, but you
It
will
does.
keep this door open. I'll be back very shortly.
Not forever.
I'll
Do
be
not
I'll be
tarry.
brief. Then is there a door?
Door
Ow.
after you leave the brain. So she indicates a platter actually on the counter.
I'm gonna put it in the platter, but hide it so that if somebody else happens to walk in, they won't just see it.
It's really big, right? It's like
Yeah, okay. Just put other things around in there. All right, I'm gonna walk out the door. She's gonna pause at the end and take a deep breath, and then open the door and walk out.
All right. In the interim, folks, what were we doing?
I think I would have noticed like the door changing, and
Sure.
oh, what just happened? Did y'all see that? That's no longer Granny Took's door.
What do you think Granny took Essie? It's not her style to betray, but I don't know.
I beg to differ. It's in her name.
What? Do you know why Essie went back in there?
I haven't a clue. Concerning to say the least.
Figment is in the process of doing a ritual to get the Laman's tiny hut back up, so he's in the process. Isn't it? It's I don't think he got what Granny Took told Essie, right, last time. That was personal for her.
What do you mean?
That did she give her the information that her family was in danger?
Yeah. No, that was definitely, they definitely shared that. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
She wasn't subtle about what she told any of you, almost as if she was deliberately starting shit.
Okay.
Classic Granny.
Classic Granny Took.
Yeah. I think Figment would have figured it out.
Yeah, Calamity seems a little bit suspicious.
What are you thinking, Calamity?
I don't know. I'd say somebody might have wanted that brain pretty darn bad.
She wouldn't do that.
I don't know about that. She did seem quite fond of her family.
And just leave us.
People will do what they need to do when they're threatened and when the ones they loved are threatened.
Particularly nobles. We don't mean anything to someone like that.
I suppose if there was one thing that she cherished more than all that these ruins might have to offer, it would be her family, but would she really deprive the rest of us of any sort of reward? Granny Took was offering much to us if we were to receive the brain, and I believe I could have negotiated something for all of us.
With that, actually, as we're talking, the door opens one more time. There's a creak, and out walks none other than Essie.
She's actually gonna stand halfway in the doorway, and her happy ending is slung over her shoulder, her arm, kind of pointed to the ground but ready for action.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Honestly, things have never been clearer for me.
The door disappeared for a bit there. That was.
Granny likes to threaten people. I felt I owed you. Why? I don't know. I owed you at least a goodbye. I'm leaving. My family means more to me than betrayal and backstabbing. Even these ruins. Things have never been clearer. She'll look at Zagrin. Zagrin, we've had our differences. I can't respect them all. But most of them I can. Don't let that thing consume you. You may think it's worth it, but it's not worth the lives that you might give and have to give to get it.
Well, I suppose that choices must be made in some situations for the greater passion that one might have a particular cause. I think we see eye to eye on that much, at least.
You do what you feel like you have to. I'll look at Figment, and I'll just say, if you want to find your footing in a new world, you come look me up in Zadash. I'm sure we could do a lot together.
Just very well.
And then she'll look at Calamity and she'll say, I may understand why you did what you did, but if I ever see you again, or if I hear you've even come close to my family, I will hunt you down and I will end you. Don't fuck with me.
If I see you again, Essie, I promise I'll consume you with flames. It'll be the last time we ever meet.
Sure will be. And then I'll look at Kit.
She goes, Essie, quick question. What'd you give Granny Took for whatever you're getting here?
Your concern, you backstabbing bitch.
I'm a backstabber. What'd you steal from us?
What's it to you? You're not part of this.
Stop it, you two. Just stop.
Kit, I would have burned the world down to help you with your little crows. But I don't want a friend who's just waiting for something better to come along. I deserve better than that. Don't come to the house. The words will be changed. I'd rather we don't see each other. At least not like this.
Steps over to her, goes, she's got real friends now. Don't worry about it, Essie.
Yeah, just wait. I'll look at Kit and just say, just wait until it's your family somebody needs dirt on. She'll turn on you real fast. The words will be changed. Don't come in the back entrance. If you need me and you feel like it's worth, come to the front of the house.
Don't go.
Why would I stay? Why would I stay? For people to lie and manipulate me? When my family's in danger? The only people who actually care about me? I don't think there's any incentive to stay. And I hate to end it like this, but they mean more to me than anything. You can mock me all you want to, she'll look at Calamity. But don't act like you're better than me when it comes to family.
Elspeth, I have but one more point of business I would like to discuss before you depart, and this is greater than you and I. I would ask that when you return to your place within the Empire, that you do what you can to stop the war between our nations. I believe that puts all of our people, all of our families in a greater place, and I hope that you understand that Cerberus has the beacons that were stolen.
Zagrin, she'll look again at Calamity and she'll say, that option might have been taken from me. I don't know what I have left or what I'm walking back to because of this one. You can thank her for me maybe not being in a place to help any of you. I'll do what I can.
Respectfully, that's all that I require and all that I ask.
When you get back to the dynasty, light a candle for Soleus for me.
Of course.
He was the best of us.
With that, I believe that we are completely aligned.
Well, I can't tarry. Good
All
luck.
right. Oh, sorry.
And she'll just walk back through the door.
As you close the door, we actually close out our chapter with Taya as part of Heroes Die Show. So I just want to take a second and say, really, thank you so much. 53 episodes is a lot, right? You've been a big part of this story. You've been a big part of our team, a big part of our lives. And I, for one, am really grateful. Sad to see you go, but know you're going on to do stuff that's really important to you. And just want to say a big thank you. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that wants to say thanks.
Yeah, great. It was
Thanks, guys.
It's an honor.
I'm gonna miss this and miss you guys.
We're gonna miss you too. But...
Miss arguing with Josh. Well, Zagrin and Essie arguing all the time. Gonna miss it. Yeah, been a lot of fun.
We'll give Josh a minute to come back, but I'm sure he wants to say something too. But really, it's been awesome. So everybody, we're gonna take a couple minutes, and we're just gonna talk internally and see if we can actually finish this out, and then we're going to come back and let you know what's up with only 3 players, or I guess 4 players if you include me, but only 4 of us instead of our normal 5. So the new Heroes Diecast. All right, thanks everybody. So I'm going to change out who appears where. Off air. Oh no, I'm still. Now with my audio enabled and regular audio enabled. Whoof! All right. Hello, folks. Welcome to the new cast of Heroes Die Show. Mostly same as the old cast, but with one subtraction. There we go. Not addition, subtraction. The other word. So we're going to hop right back into the action. So as this happens, Essie steps back into the door, closes it, and the door disappears. And now you are all left there. You are all left there in the room. And go.
Well, I can't say that I'm flabbergasted, but it does put us in a dire situation. She sort of was our navigator, and not to mention the loss of just another combatant. If we face any more, we're in dire straits.
Well,
We're trapped. I see very little option other than for us to rest up and press forward with who remains.
Exactly. If we make it to that beacon, I'm almost 100% sure that I can repair the staff, which would be our way out.
She's
All
not.
of us.
She's not leaving though. She's gonna come back.
I don't know, Miss Kit.
You know Essie as I know Essie. You know Essie better than I know Essie. She's not coming back through that door, Kit.
She wouldn't do that though.
It's
She
not
would.
a matter of if she wouldn't, she did. It's done. She always had a way of making sure that no matter what she did, we would have to react. And once again, we're left in a situation where she acted and we're left to pick up the pieces. In some ways, I almost respect the calculations that she does. Her mind was always calculating. Zagran reaches in to his pocket. He pulls out the queen chess piece. And I suppose that she's no longer a matter of the game that we play and has gone to play on her own board, and he just kind of throws it over in the corner.
Yes. It's, I only knew her for a very short time. Quirky. Intelligent. It would seem that your group is growing thinner.
Well, we have gained yourself and Glint, of course.
Yes. I don't know how useful I can be, but we definitely... I'm sorry. You need to mourn. Let me get
Well,
this thing
Calamity-
up and running.
Calamity just like spits off to the side and she goes, we gotta, she was
Right.
right about one thing. We gotta get out of here. I think we get this beacon and we get out. I don't know. And she looks at you, Kit. She goes, I don't know what's gonna happen now that she's gone, but I need to figure out what's happening with my sister. And she pulls out of her pocket, she pulls out this little, what is clearly a sending stone. And she goes, this thing's been totally useless since we've been down here. But when I get up to the surface, I'm going to have some explaining to do.
Well, if nothing else, I suppose we have no more distractions. I believe that all of us remaining agree that our absolute focus must be on getting to the beacon as soon as possible.
I'm with you.
That does
She looks
make
over at
sense.
you. She looks over at you, Kit, and she goes, Kit, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay. She was the reason I was here, really. I mean, she helped me escape the city. And there's nothing left for me here. So, yeah. Yeah, we should get out of here.
Calamity looks at you and she looks at Zagran and she goes, listen, like, I know this is hard, right? That's 2 people and not a lot of time. And I'm not gonna pretend I'm sad as he's gone, but our group is a lot less than they were. And Figment, so glad that you're here, and I think our odds of getting out of here alive are a lot higher having you around, but it's been a lot. But I'll tell you, Kid and Zagrin both, the person I met was months ago at the crossroads, and the person that I see here today, you're different people. You're stronger, you're more purposeful. Zagrin, I don't know if you're nuts or not, right? I won't say it one way or the other, but you're possessed, certainly, of this mission and this purpose in a way that you weren't before. And Kit, you've gone from, you were scared, you were running, right? And you're not running anymore. I don't know what you're chasing, but you're chasing something now. We're not, she looks at you, she goes, at both of you, she goes, and you too, Figment, we're not done here. We've been through struggle and through loss. But we're stronger now. And we're stronger now as a team than we were.
I think you're right, Calamity. It's an astute observation. Although our numbers are lessened, our strength and resolve have never been higher. And I believe that us remaining here, standing together in this room, is a testament to the fact that we will not be easily defeated, no matter what might be around these corners. The beacon beckons all of us. You all feel the call, maybe not in the same way that I do, but you know that that is what we must do, and nothing can slow us down. Removing any sort of dead weight only makes us lighter and more lean to accomplish that goal. And I think that we are more than prepared, or will be once Figment finishes the ritual and we can try to regain our strength. But I believe that we are on the precipice of accomplishing our goals and unlocking the freedom that that beacon means to all of us at this point.
Yes, this is true. It seems we are destined, if you believe in such a thing, to make it to this beacon. They are quite powerful devices for a reason.
I believe that you may only understand but a fraction of how that beacon might be able to be used. Although a strong arcane device, I promise you that the potential that it possesses is enough to reshape reality. And no, I'm not just destined to retrieve it. It is my sole reason for existence in both this life and in each one that I have lived and each one that I'll need to live until I have it in my grasp.
Yes. Well, a little fanatical, but we will make it.
We will.
All right.
Yeah, done.
With that, Kid, is there anything that you want to say?
Not at the moment, I don't think.
All right. Do y'all want to prepare for a long rest? You're going to be waiting a while, but you can wait here, bar the doors, and use your tiny hut and take a long rest.
Definitely need a long rest.
Yeah, much needed.
Yeah, if we just wait 18 hours, we need to wait 18 hours.
Yeah, it's not quite that much, but you're going to have to wait till this evening. So you have a lot of time. So Calamity's got some cards out. You get a makeshift table going on, and eventually
watches.
Eventually your appetite returns. No, we're gonna let that be for tonight. So we're gonna let y'all take a long rest. In the morning, it will be you will have completed it successfully, and you can begin the process of moving on to wherever you're going to go. And with that, we're actually going to close out our episode a little bit early. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us for episode 53 of Heroes Die Show. If you enjoyed it, you can catch this show most Saturdays from 8:30 to 11:30 Central Time here on twitch.tv/Heroes Die Show. You can also find it anytime over on YouTube /@Heroes Die Show. We'll put links down below. If you're liking the show, press the buttons, make yourselves happy, make us happy, do what needs done. Really appreciate you all being here week after week. And if you're new, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, we're going to cut out and see you next time.